Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, today we're going to be talking about the one and only Kaspa. We're going to be talking about where is the price going to head to, where is the price now, what is happening, and also we are going to be going over some news surrounding Kaspa. All right, so let's just jump right into it. We can see 43 minutes ago from Kaspa Unchained. Right, average retail business net profit margin 2 to 5%. Average credit card fee 2.25%. Accept Kaspa and double your earnings. We can see, right? Kaspa accepted here a bar in Barcelona, Spain. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, right? Business details below, all on the proof of work layer one, right? Accept Kaspa as a payment to your business. And we can see, right? If we watch the video, load it up right here. Boom, we can see this little cafe, right? And what do we notice, ladies and gentlemen, right? Boom, Kaspa accepted here. Look, we see, right? Boom, Kaspa's right there on the front. They are so open about it. It's not just a little sign. It's not this, it's not that. It's like literally, it's like, no, give me your Kaspa because I know the power in the future of Kaspa, right? I bet you these guys are licking their lips every single time someone buys something with Kaspa currency. Okay. I just know they are licking their lips. And to be honest, I would be too, right? I would be too, right? We can see boom, accepted, boom, instant, practically instant. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think, right? If you had a business, would you accept Kaspa? Would you pay in Kaspa? Now, personally, I wouldn't pay in Kaspa yet. I really, really wouldn't. That's because I know Kaspa is going to do very well this cycle. Now, would I accept Kaspa as a payment offer for my business? Yes. Yes, I would. But I personally wouldn't pay because, ladies and gentlemen, right, I know the value of this coin. So we can see, right, our daydream for Bitcoin long-term vision, several orders of magnitude increase, transaction volume, transaction confirmed highly quickly, highly secure, right? This was what in 2015 kind of sounds like Caspa. Another stat before we jump into the technical analysis, ladies and gentlemen, is that in just 2 months post Crescendo, Caspa has produced over 53.6 million blocks, more than Bitcoin has created in its entire 16-year existence. At Bitcoin's current rate of one block every 10 minutes, it would take over 1,000 years to match that number. That's not just speed, that's the power of true scalability, right? Guys, we talked about this. We know Kaspa is what Bitcoin was intended to be, right? Does this mean automatically that Kaspa is going to be overtaking Bitcoin over the next few years? No. But does this mean this is a, you know, trajectory towards becoming a top 10, top 5 coin over the next few years? Yes, absolutely. Right? We know right now they're at 10 BPS, 10 blocks per second. We know they're going to get to 100, then eventually to 250. And we know right now, crypto is kind of in the beginning of its adoption, right? Some may argue a little bit before, it doesn't really matter too much, right? But we know technology is going to be getting valued more and more over the next few years. And something like Caspa, the fact that it scales, the fact that the team is very good and efficient at what they do, makes me sleep well at night, right? Even if the price drops a little bit, I am not too worried, right? I am not too worried. Anyways, let's look at the actual technical analysis and let's see what's been happening over the next little bit. So we can see, ladies and gentlemen, something on the monthly, right? It doesn't look too pretty, right? The month of May is, was a big sell-off candle, but there's different types of context. And I truly do believe that this was a sell-off just for us to eventually, when we go back up here, to, burst up the next time around. We can see that when we look at the bottom of Caspa, we have this nice low over here. And then when we were looking to create some type of other low, we formed a higher low, right? What's relevant, if you're a little bit confused, is the black candle, the bottom of the black candle. We could clearly see that in March, the bottom of the black candle ended around 6.5 cents. The bottom of the black candle in June ended around 7.5 cents, confirming a higher low. Confirming a higher low. When we go and look at something like the weekly, right, we can see that we did have a nice pump on the 23rd of June, right, in that week. The next week, we did pull back, but we pulled back into this weekly order block. And we can see, ladies and gentlemen, that all we did was create some nice big support down here. And we tapped into this very nice order block over here, right? This nice weekly order block. For me, what I see in a lot of coins, generally speaking, is and are reversals, right? Even if we go on something like the daily, we can see that, we had to make a choice. We talked about how Bitcoin had to make a choice. A lot of coins had to make a choice. And we can see that we do have this very big consolidation that's been happening, let's just say ever since the 24th of June until now, the 8th of July. So a while, right? A while we have been just consolidating. And we can see we've broken up. Now, all we need to do is just wait for the daily close. I truly do believe if we close anywhere like this, or even technically a little bit lower, we are still going to be fine. Okay. And once we do that, we should be looking to be breaking out of this zone, right? We do have a little bit, actually, in fact, a lot of resistance here. We can see this is actually a very key big point, right? We have this, 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 and this, right? So we're looking to power through it. But once we do, ladies and gentlemen, there shouldn't really be too much slowing down, honestly, until 9 cents, right? Now that doesn't sound crazy, going from 8 to 9 cents. I understand, but that is just the next destination. Because once we break above this resistance, we'll flip it to support. And once we flip it to support, the next resistance is a little bit higher than 9 cents. Ultimately, what I see generally in these markets, you know, the last few months we're kind of just selling off, right? There was a time we were going sideways, but then we sold off aggressively, right? Aggressive sell off, then aggressive pump. Then we're going from an aggressive pump to sideways movement. And now I believe that we will go from this range that we are over here, ranging from generally, let's say 7.3 cents to 8 cents, that we will be looking to push up to 9 cents, 9.2 cents over the next little while, right? I do believe that. The thing is, right, although this is taking long, what you do want to see in the markets are fundamental pushes, right? Are fundamental retests. The more we see fundamental retests around this zone, just confirm that we are going to be just going up higher and higher. And the market isn't just looking for a quick rally just to dump again, right? The quicker something goes up, the harder it falls. And that is just the reality. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, once we hit that 9 cents, the next zone, of course, is reclaiming once again the 11 cents so that we can be at the 50% level. And of course, after that, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking to be reclaiming, practically 18 to 19 cents. But we do still have a few weeks away. I still believe Kaspa this cycle should be hitting around $1.50 at the bare minimum. And I've personally been dollar cost averaging the last few weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want advanced technical analysis, learn how to trade, get callouts for other coins, then highly recommend joining the Discord community, as well as you do get a portfolio review. Ultimately, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.